Hello, my name is Malika. I come from Kenya and I am a student at Berea College, currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in communication. Today we will be taking a 36-hour journey that explores some cultural and historical sites that are found here in Berea, Kentucky. We will do this through the eyes of James and Maggie. James is 63 years old, while Maggie is 59 years old. They have been happily married for 35 years and have lived in Washington, D.C. for the past 20 years. James made a mistake this time round and forgot to celebrate with Maggie their 35th wedding anniversary. Instead, he had made plans with his friend Francis and they went on a senior golfing retreat for 2 days. He came back to find Maggie was very sad and she refused to accept any of his apologies. James was stressed over this issue and he decided to do something special to win back his sweetheart Maggie. He knew that Maggie enjoyed visiting towns which had a rich cultural heritage, and so he called up Maggie's best friend Felicia to find out if she had any current recommendations. Felicia had recently traveled to Berea College with her 36-year-old daughter for her grandson's graduation. While in Berea, Felicia enjoyed the small, quiet community and had lunch with her family at the historical Boone Tavern. Felicia remembered that Maggie had expressed her wishes to visit this town and see all the beautiful things that Felicia had told her about. And so, since money was not a problem, James quickly worked out a budget, made online flight bookings, called up the Boone Tavern to make reservations, and surprised Maggie with the idea of a romantic getaway. Maggie was extremely excited with this idea. She immediately started looking up the historical sites that are in Berea, Kentucky through TripAdvisor. She was very happy by the results she got. She wrote down everything on her notebook, especially the artistic spots, and started packing up for the trip. James and Maggie's flight left Washington on a Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m., reached Lexington Airport at 4:20 p.m., and they took the Bluegrass cab up to the Boone Tavern Hotel. They received a warm welcome at the historic Boone Tavern, checked into their rooms, and refreshed. The trip was quite exhausting for both of them, and so they had a few refreshments, then retired for the day. Friday 9 a.m., they had breakfast at the Boone Tavern as they browsed the hotel's history catalog. The first place that Maggie wanted to visit was the Kentucky Artisan Center. Immediately after breakfast, the Bluegrass cab transported them there. It is only a 5-minute drive away from the Boone Tavern. The center displays artistic work from over 700 Kentucky artists. That includes unique artifacts, pottery, weaving, bee products, bourbon products, jewelry, clothing, and a variety blend of all local artists' work. More so, James and Maggie experienced the Face Jug Pottery event, which includes a live demonstration of how pottery jugs are made. They also took pictures, asked questions about the history of the various artistic pieces, and bought lots of souvenirs. Before they knew it, 2 hours 15 minutes had passed by. After asking around a bit and checking the TripAdvisor reviews for a local restaurant, they agreed on heading to Papalino's for lunch. They wanted to eat a dish that was locally renowned, and so they selected chicken and dumplings with Papalino's famous garlic bread and vegetable soup. The meal was enjoyable and gave them the energy they needed to proceed to their next destination. They left Papalino's restaurant at 2:15 p.m. and headed straight to the Renfrew Valley Entertainment Center, which was about 16 minutes away from their current location. The Renfrew Valley musical show was scheduled to start at 3 p.m. and James had called in advance to book their show tickets. Tickets were going for $15.95 per head, and the Mountain Gospel Jubilee Band would be playing for an hour. The Renfrew Valley Entertainment Center is a platform that promotes local Kentucky musical artists and their work. It was enjoyable listening to cool Kentucky music, and it also gave James and Maggie more time to relax before they were headed off to their next community event. By 4 p.m., the musical concert ended, and they hung around for 30 minutes to meet and greet the artists, as well as learn more about the history of the event. They left the event at 4:35 p.m. and headed out to their very first Fast Friday event in Berea, Kentucky. Fast Friday is a community block party that is held at the downtown Artisan Village shopping district of Berea, Kentucky. The event features local artists, handmade arts and crafts, local food, regional live music and dance, local businesses, local products, and unique, exciting activities every month. James and Maggie enjoyed every aspect of this event. They took more photos, bought a few more souvenirs, and enjoyed a bag of the local kettle corn. After the festivities, they headed back to the Boone Tavern to refresh, enjoy their 35th anniversary dinner, and rested for the night. By then, Maggie had forgiven and forgotten any grudge that she had held against James. Saturday 9 a.m., they had breakfast at the Berea Coffee and Tea, commonly known as BC&T. They were fortunate to sit at the same table with Mr. Adam, who is the owner. He explained to them the history of the coffee shop. What was most fascinating was the fact that BC&T has coffee from around the world and which has been harvested and brokered through sustainable and fair trade practices. The coffee was delicious, and they bought a packet of it for their trip. They expressed to Adam their interest in touring Berea College before they traveled back that evening, and he organized for them to have a guide from the school. A tour of the college was organized, and they went through the various academic buildings like Frost, Draper, Alumni, Academic Services, Admissions, and through the dormitories like Anna Smith, Deep Green, Bingham, then went through the quad, through the library, through the Log House Craft Gallery, and through Student Crafts, the Seabury Center, and all across campus. The Log House and Student Craft Center were particularly more intriguing for James and Maggie, and they bought souvenirs from these spots. They also received a catalog of the school and learned more about its history. They enjoyed lunch at the Main Street Cafe. The local cafe's ambience and the food was absolutely wonderful. They finished lunch at 2 p.m. and went back to the hotel to check out. Their flight back to Washington was leaving at 4 p.m. A recap. James and Maggie spent $1,400 on flight tickets. This is for a round trip, first class. Accommodation for two in a couple's suite is $600. Food costed them $700, and amazingly, they bought souvenirs worth $800. So their total expenditure was $3,500. Imagine, only for spending 36 hours in Berea, Kentucky. Think of the opportunity. Think of the huge possibilities. This couple did not explore any of the trails or go camping, yet they spent all these funds on a simple anniversary tour that was mainly inclined on small historical art galleries. Indeed, adventure tourism has so much potential in growing our local economy, especially when we target this particular senior age demographic segment. Any comments or questions? Thank you for your time.